Don't just ride the index, seek to outperform it with Fidelity Active ETFs. Learn more at fidelity.com/active ETFs. Before investing in any exchange-traded fund, you should consider its investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Contact Fidelity for a prospectus, an offering circular, or if available, a summary prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully. While active ETFs offer the potential to outperform an index, these products may more significantly trail an index as compared with passive ETFs. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
At Capella University, you'll get support from people who care about your success. From before you enroll to after you graduate, pursue your goals knowing help is available when you need it. Imagine your future differently at capella.edu.
Welcome to the... I've just been doing a little deep dive into all your stuff. I'm usually always into your TikTok stuff that pops up on my For You page all the time. I'm a huge foodie.
I love it. I did not know that. I'm very happy to hear that. I wasn't going to bring it up, but man, I got to say, I'm a big fan of the sus takes. They're really good.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, dude, it's so funny you mentioned that because I literally, I just watched your most recent TikTok, which is you just swooshing around mac and cheese, dude. You knew what you were doing, bro.
Listen, man, listen. Food is naturally
sexy, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Have you seen that? There's that Italian guy on TikTok, man. He's like, he cooks out in his front yard and it looks like a courtyard. It's out in nature. And he's always talking about the love and,
yes,
you know, and he uses very simple ingredients. And then he always when he flips around the pasta, he's like, it's time for the sound of love. And then
he's quite literally making the pasta clap in front of us. Like, who?
Yeah. Dude, it just, it's like, dude, what the heck am I listening to? Welcome, food aficionados, to another mouth-watering episode of AFK with Ninja. Today, we're spicing things up with a culinary maestro. He's a YouTube sensation with a colossal following of over 8 million subscribers on YouTube alone, and he's flipped the culinary world upside down. Not to mention, he's a New York Times best-selling author whose latest cookbook is causing a gastronomic revolution. Ladies and gents, I'm thrilled to announce Joshua Weissman, the genius behind those but better recreations that'll make your taste buds dance. Now, he's on a quest to uncover the tantalizing secrets of textures in foods with his brand new cookbook, Texture Over Taste. A cookbook that isn't just about flavors, but a journey into the enigmatic world of food textures. Hailing from sunny Los Angeles, California, Joshua's been wielding kitchen tools since he was a mere 3-year-old child. He was so enthusiastic that even a whole pig couldn't escape his culinary curiosity, and neither will we.
Welcome to the show.
Joshua, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Truly a great pleasure. You know, I know we were just talking about that mac and cheese on my TikTok. I'm really sorry, but also a perfect intro at the same time.
Yeah, don't apologize, man. If people haven't checked it out, Joshua, just go to Joshua Weissman on TikTok. Immediately look for that mac and cheese TikTok, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, turn off the lights, turn on the candles.
Exactly, and maybe put on some smooth jazz. Really try to get romantic. Invite your significant other over because
it's 2023. You know, you can throw on a lo-fi hip hop jazz one too.
My wife and I, Jess, are so old fashioned when it comes to the music that we listen to whenever we have a date night and we cook and stuff like that. And it's always just smooth jazz. But I am a diehard lo-fi fan or lo-fi. Did you say lo-fi or lo-fi? I like lo-fi jokingly.
I like lo-fi. Okay, I've got another one for you to add to your almanac of musical listenings when you're cooking. I would recommend.
All right, I'm on Spotify right now.
This sounds kind of cliche, but dude, you got to find the old school classical Italian playlists on Spotify. They hit.
We've tried some Italian stuff, but I don't think we found the right stuff because it's that you know what I mean? It's
no, you gotta avoid the when the moon hits your eye kind of stuff.
Yes. That's what I get.
I'll find one after this and I'll send it to you on email. It's good.
Okay.
We're going AFK with Ninja. What's he gonna say?
I think food is one of the most important things, man. I love it. Jess and I love cooking. My wife is a huge, she's like basically taught herself all that she knows right now because she didn't used to cook when she was growing up. But I got to start out with, obviously we're both content creators. I love the food angle of content creation. What is your favorite thing about between YouTube, TikTok, like long form content for cooking or short form content? Like what's your favorite to record?
Oh, definitely long form. I mean, short form is fun, but you can't go deep with short form in food like I like to. And it's much more fun to go deep in long form where I can talk about it and break it all down for people. I think most people that consume the content would agree also, right? Like it's fun to watch a quick, mac and cheese, nice, clap it, blah, 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 whatever. It's fun
yeah.
But beyond that, it's hard to learn and it's also hard to consume because it happens so fast. So definitely long form. Do you feel the same way, or do you feel like it's easier for you to consume short form?
So the quick like chop, boom, 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 ingredient, pop, you know what I mean? Like that type where, and like where like the video, like where you see the ingredients, you barely even look at what the ingredients are because you don't have the time, and then it's done in 30 seconds. I like aesthetically, I love it, right? It's very pleasing to listen to and watch. I mean, dude, there's nothing like actually, you're never going to learn ever anything from that, right? And I think like you can, if you're already an incredible chef, I feel like, then you can just be like, you can know exactly what everything is and really get into it and just be like, yeah, I know I can make that right now. Like I know every ingredient they just used. I know how to prepare it. Like, let's try it. But as someone like me, I look at that and I'm always like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'm always like, I would love to make that. I definitely enjoy watching the process, dude. I'm a huge Food Network guy. My dad got me into the Food Network because it was just always on in our house. I feel like they have just America in the world by the balls, really.
How do you feel about, speaking of America and like cooks on TV, how do you feel about Gordon Ramsay?
Shit. You know what I mean? It's
Shit.
raw. It's fucking raw.
I
love it. I love him, man. He's great. I mean, it's, it's mostly an act, which is totally cool. I've seen like some of the behind the scenes content of how he treats like, his daughters and like how much of a interactive and involved father he is on that side of things. And that's what I look at when I see Ramsay. But what sells and what do people want to watch? They want to watch people being idiot sandwiches.
I think he's a great chef, generally speaking. I think he has the most widespread talent I think that I've ever seen, where, successfully acquired Michelin stars, runs a massive restaurant group successfully that's profitable, which is very hard to do. Yeah. Simultaneously has a massive, persona and celebrity as a chef, while also being this incredibly, entertaining, captivating person. But let's be real, like it's funny for him to be like, everything here is really delicious, except for the fact that you're a donkey's dick. It's like, oh my God, where did that come from?
Yeah, it's like it's the drama in food. You know what I mean? It's what you didn't think you needed when it came to the Food Network or when it just came to watching, cooking stuff. You've seen all those crazy chef movies, right? Like a legitimate chef movie. It's dog eat dog world, man. I don't even know if I could survive in that shit. Dude, or maybe I'd thrive. I bet, man.
I was just gonna say, like, it's a real thing in the chef world, and I've seen it firsthand, and that's been my life for a long time before I started doing this stuff. So it's real.
So, just going right off of what you just said, man. Are you more of a fan of like that life that you left, right? Or are you much more now enjoying the life of content creation and being your own boss?
Well, anytime you can be your own boss is always going to be, I think most people would want that. Although
it's not bad.
I'll say an alternative, and here's an against the grain thought, because I talked to a lot of my friends and people about doing something like this. And I think what people don't understand is it's a whole nother level of requirement when you're going to be running your own business and doing your own thing. And so like, for anybody who would be listening, it's like, oh yeah, I want to do that. It's like, you like what you see, but just understand that like everything rests on your shoulders, so on and so forth. I'm by the way, in no means am I complaining, but
right.
I think people just don't know what they're getting themselves into. So you really have to be built for that kind of stuff if you're going to be doing that. But that being said, absolutely prefer being my own boss. More specifically though, I really am working towards building a hybrid of the two, not the being your own boss element, but like building a hybrid of restaurant and what we do today. I'm working on my first, and I can't really say anything about it for a number of reasons, but like generally speaking, people can know. And I definitely miss the hustle and bustle. It's weird, man. You get like addicted to the adrenaline rush, the camaraderie, all of your, if you're in a good restaurant with good vibes and you've got it's like what you do too, right? Like that emotional feeling that you get when you're with the people that everybody knows the fuck they're doing. Everybody's got their own thing that they got to handle that day. We're just going to war together.
And then the rush comes, you know what I mean? Like the dinner rush or the lunch rush or whatever. And you're just, I did work at Noodles and Company for 3 years, and I worked on like the saute line. So, during the lunch rush, you had somebody that would usually like prepare the pasta and then like the condiments and stuff like that, like the mushrooms, tomatoes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They would hand it off to me, right? And then I would, start cooking it up, applying the sauces, wine broth, etc., all that stuff to finish it off. But dude, sometimes, and most of the time on like the weekdays when I was doing that, I was so good that they want to save hours and money, so that they would just I would do it all, right? So sometimes I'd sit there and I'd make like 20 dishes in 20 minutes or something like that, and it's like just all me, and it's crazy. But that lunch rush, that like adrenaline when you're, dude, I get it, man. It's definitely not, I don't have anyone ever coming at me and being like, you fucking wanker, like what you cook the shit out of it. Like
the overall thing is people don't understand the kind of pressure cooker, the kind of stress and duress that people are under for long periods of time. So naturally you're going to be a lot less chill than you would be in an office situation or on Zoom. It's like, yeah, bro, I just burnt myself 5 times and the person next to me is the one that's causing it. Eventually I'm going to turn around and be like, hey, look, dog, I'm going to be honest with you. You can burn me one more time, I'm going to take your ass outside.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you in the head with a freaking pan. Like, exactly. Dude, I would say one thing to compare it to is like retail, but on crack, right? Like when you're in retail, like there's no skill in retail at a high level, right? Like you're behind the counter, you're basically a punching bag, right? And that's literally it, right? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you check people out, you go get them shoes. If you're working at a shoe place, you go in the back, whatever. But when you are a chef or you're just even working in a kitchen, it's like that on crack. It's like that even more. It's like you're not only in the service business, right? But now you're like, there's a talent behind it. There's severe level. There's levels to this shit. I can only imagine that being, even more stressful than working in retail. And retail's already, you already see people losing their minds all the time. It's where all those Karen videos come from, man. You know what I mean?
In any creative business, I mean, there's always timelines, right? Like there's always timelines. We try to get it as fast as possible, but ultimately you got to be, if you're a graphic designer or a video editor or you're an artist, like a painter, for example, in art-based positions, careers, jobs, usually it's like, when it gets done, it gets done. You're a contractor. When it gets done, it gets done. When the wood is done being trimmed down and shaped, when it gets done, it's done. But in a restaurant, it's like, bro, you got fucking 30 seconds. I don't care how much you care about the sauce that you spent hours and hours making or days making. You get that shit out the door in a minute or less. And you got, in fine dining, for example, very different world, right? You still need to run at the same pace, but you got 17 components on a singular plate. And that's just one plate. One component is grilled, another component is seared. This gets flipped. This has to be perfectly medium rare. The foie gras is overdone. You got to refire that. Now you got to refire all the other 17 components that were going to go on that one plate. And you got another 30 seconds to put it out. And your tickets are lining up and all this shit. So, I mean, it can really turn into a dogfight around something that people are really passionate about. Where that's where things kind of get crazy and people are like, donkey stick,
Yeah. I could see it, man. I honestly, dude, I'm super competitive. And if I would have stayed in the culinary thing, if I took more of an interest in cooking, because my dad was a huge cook and he would always make us like home cooked meals all the time, like usually 5 days out of the week, I probably feel like I would have been a really good chef. Because I put whenever I go into something, it's 100. That's why, for me, gaming and streaming was that. So in another world, man, I would have been like, I agree. I could have been a chef, man. You never know. I agree with
you. No, I mean, I think, from what of course, our first time meeting, but from what I've observed, I think you have a really high attention to detail. And that's, I think, what differentiates a great chef / line cook / prep cook, anybody that works in a restaurant. That is the major differentiator, is your ability to have attention to detail while simultaneously applying, a lot of, discipline to what you're doing. And I think you have both those traits. I think you would have been a great chef. You still can be. You got the sous chef vibe. I'm just saying.
Hey, you never know, man. It's like I'm like the sous chef to my wife. I'm helping her out with. I'm cleaning everything as she's finishing chopping up veggies and making sure that there's no cross contamination.
She's like, you idiot.
You
idiot. You put the stainless steel in the dishwasher. Fuck.
What are you doing? It's fucking ruined.
AFK
All right. So speaking of chefs, speaking of kitchens, right, or restaurants, you recently have upgraded to a 3,000 square foot kitchen space. I think I just finished watching the video with you and your wife cooking against your wife. I'm assuming that's the space that you're in.
Yes.
What was it like developing your new kitchen production space? And have you enjoyed the upgrade?
I'm so glad you asked this. Nobody has asked about this yet, so I really appreciate that. This studio was a process, dude. Like any other, it's not like I'm the first person that's ever built a studio in the space, but building a studio with a kitchen in it where there are things that cities really do not like when you touch them. For example, gas lines, water lines, sewage lines. Quite literally every stupid, dumbass little thing in the book, you got to touch, and you got to touch it a lot, like a lot. And so, man, it was a long process, but I was really gung-ho about it, and I put in a lot of money, time, effort, and it turned out great. If you ever come to Austin, you're more than welcome anytime to come and visit. It's pretty cool. We basically segmented it out into, there's like a cool little lobby area with like couches and a carpet and all sorts of drinks and drink fridge, and we're adding like draft kombucha and shit on there, and snacks all over the place.
Dude.
It's super cool. And then after you go past that area, we've got our editing bay. We've got some offices, which, by the way, fun fact, doors for offices in commercial buildings, super expensive for no reason.
Yeah. Are they like massive, right? I'm assuming the ceilings are massive, right? So the doors have to be just ginormous. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So we had a gutted warehouse. There was nothing in this warehouse whatsoever. It was quite literally a messed up concrete floor, which a lot of people are into concrete. Listen, if you saw this concrete, you'd be like, oh, yeah, don't keep that one.
Right.
And then we've got probably 35 or 40 foot ceilings because it's a big warehouse, and warehouses always have super high ceilings.
Yeah.
But there were no walls. It was like this weird mesh material. So we had to build the walls. We had to put up all the office walls inside the walls. So walls within a wall. It's like wallception. And then one of the sort of rooms that we built, we dedicated to a full-size kitchen. And a lot of people think that this is a kitchen set, and I want to clarify now, it is not a kitchen set. This is a full-scale kitchen. Every single thing in it is 100% real. There are no fake walls, fake cabinets. Actually, there are a couple cabinets that don't pull out, but 99% of it is real. A full gas line, full range, everything. And I don't know that there will be another person that we see go to this extent for a very long time, because just from a, permitting standpoint, all this other bullshit, it took like 2.5 years just to get here.
Dude, but it feels amazing, I bet, man. It's like you're home now, right? You're home away from home.
Yes, finally, yeah.
I'm like envisioning it, and you have a freaking like a little viewing area / room. Like I can see it now, man. That's just like, it just feels like an incredible vibe, man.
It's good vibes. You have an insane setup yourself. So you've gotten a pretty good taste of it. It's just the only thing that sucks, that's different about this one is, I think, you really got to know how to talk to the city, because they just hate they hate the gas line stuff, man. Especially when I put the stove in the center island. Oh my God. When I decided to do that, Jesus, they were like all over my ass.
Sticklers about it, man. That's ridiculous.
They hate it. They, hood vents and hood vents got to be this amount of inches, and it's like 1 inch off, and then you have to wait another week for the fire marshal to come back. It's a lot.
No, that sucks, man.
We're happy, man. We're happy.
Oh man, but dude, but hey, man, you're killing it, dude. You're killing it. The TikTok videos are incredible. Your following's amazing there. Your YouTube channel is absolutely busting, and not to mention, I guess I don't really know if you're making a lot. I don't know if anyone's making a lot of money off of YouTube Shorts, but I haven't checked out your Shorts game. Are you seeing a lot of success there? On top of your TikTok videos, do some pop off on one and not the other, or do you have the algorithm down? I guess is what I'm asking.
I have it pretty down. It's less about. I honestly look less at the algorithm on Shorts and more about retention and how we can make stuff that people really want to see that's broad enough, right? For example, like a cheeseburger versus, I don't know, something really obscure like curry laksa, which maybe curry laksa would do really well, but more people know what a cheeseburger is than they know what curry laksa is. And so that, and then trying to time it out so they loop well, they are very retaining. All of my YouTube Shorts, for example, have 110 to 120% retention. And that's
there you go, dude.
You need that to
really incredible.
stoke that flame. But in terms of money that they make, I mean, come on, how that goes.
No, I know it's not. I know it's not a lot. It's very strange that they're not like monetizing that in a high level yet. But I mean, I've got some connections over there. I think that they're working on it, and I think that, including TikTok too. I think TikTok has recently been really about like, hey, we're actually going to try to like make you guys money off of your long form content or just content in general.
I'm curious how they're going to do it, because it makes sense. I don't know, man. It makes sense why long form can do it, and I think it's really nice of them to look. But I mean, like, damn, like, how are they supposed to do that though? Because like, you can't do a mid roll in a short. You know what I mean? You can't. And even if you did, like, what, like 2 seconds long? Like it can't garner the amount of money / eyeballs / blah 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 as long form. So it's an interesting predicament for them.
We're going AFK with Ninja. What's he gonna say?
Hey folks, Ninja here. And let me tell you about a game changer for your mealtime routine this spring. They're delicious, chef-crafted meals ready to eat in just 2 minutes. That's right, I'm talking about Factor. Factor's ready-to-eat meals are a lifesaver. No more stressing over meal prep or spending hours in the kitchen. Plus, with over 35 options on the menu each week, you'll never get bored. And here's the best part. You can customize your meals too, to fit your needs and your schedule. The flavors are incredible. And knowing that each meal is chef-crafted and dietitian approved gives me peace of mind. Factor has truly made eating healthy and stress-free. Head to factormeals.com/ninja50 and use code ninja50 to get 50% off of your first month plus 20% off your next month. That's code ninja50 at factormeals.com/ninja50 for an amazing deal on premium ready-to-eat meals. A big shout out to Factor for making mealtime a breeze.
At Capella University, you'll get support from people who care about your success. From before you enroll to after you graduate, pursue your goals knowing help is available when you need it. Imagine your future differently at capella.edu.
All right, dude, Joshua, we're approaching the very famous this or that and our other questions. We just rapid fire some questions, man. You can answer them as in-depthly as you want or as short as you want. Are you ready, bro?
Oh, I'm always ready.
All right, this or that, dude. Houston or Austin?
Oh, fuck. I'm going to get yelled at for this. Well, I moved to Austin. All
right, there you go. Sometimes you just got to keep it simple, dude. Sweet or savory?
Ooh, savory.
I'm a sweet guy, bro. I have to just die hard. Damn. I'm surprised I don't have type 2 diabetes, man. I'm not kidding. It's a problem. I actually had a DNA test that was done where they did a deep dive of like my genetics and stuff like that. And I have like a 10 out of 10 sweet tooth, genetically. All right, dude. Cooking with music or silence?
Ooh, I would say music.
Yeah. You can't do that when you're cooking when you're like making content though, can you?
No. You can't do it in a restaurant either because it distracts people.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, yeah, you need to hear the sound of people screaming, dude.
Yeah, sound of people screaming and the beautiful hood vent ripping and roaring for 14 hours.
Get me out. Gas stove or an electric stove?
Oh, gas. Easy.
I know the answer to some of these. Believe it or not, there are right answers to some of these questions. Breakfast for breakfast or breakfast for dinner?
Oh, breakfast for breakfast. Let's keep it tradish.
I do like a little, feel a little naughty sometimes when, you have a little breakfast for dinner, but I agree. I think for the most part.
Grain, a little bit of a pancake at night.
My mom at night would make us Eggo waffles with a scoop of vanilla ice cream in the middle.
That's honestly, your mom's a genius.
Dude, it was like a once every 3 month thing. And it was the coolest thing in the world. We felt like, it was just the coolest thing.
That goes hard.
It does, bro. Try it out. 2 little Eggo waffles and a scoop of vanilla.
Done. A little maple syrup. What if it was... Okay, hear me out. Pause. Got an idea.
I'm ready.
What if you did, right, an Eggo... And it could be Eggo. It could be any waffle. But what if you did Eggo waffle? You did a little cinnamon sugar on top, right? And then you do a maple ice cream on top. Like a brown butter maple ice cream.
Yeah. I just saw you make that brown butter, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dude, crazy.
Oh, all right. Love this. One of my favorite questions. Ask date night out or date night in?
Ooh. I would say date night in, if possible.
Yes, dude. Yes, bro. Dude, Josh, man, you don't understand. We ask this question to every guest, man, and luckily every single person's been dating someone or married to someone, and everyone says the same thing, dude. They're like, date night in, dude. It's no one wants to go out, man.
Bro, you kidding me? I've been running around all day. I'm fucking down to stay inside. Flip something on. I will make something dope.
Love that, man. We're gonna have to have a date night in then, dude. And you're gonna have to make me something because that just sounded great.
Dude, done. Double date night in. That's gotta be a thing.
Hell yes, dude. Okay. All right. How do you know when your work, like video/dish, is finished?
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
It never is. Wait,
all you artists are the same, dude.
Give me some context. What do you mean by work is done?
I'll just say you're making a YouTube video and or more so, I would say a dish. Like you're creating a dish, and how do you know it's perfect? How do you know it's finished, man? Or do you just have to be like, this is it for now?
It's never done. I think there have been times where I thought that I had maximized its evolution and was wrong. And that means that there's always room to make things better. And I think that applies to everything in life,
I agree, man. What is one of the best places in the world for food, in your opinion?
Oh, Japan. And I haven't even been there. I just know it's Japan.
Dude, I feel like when it comes to street food and just food, like vendors, etc., and everything looks like I want to just shove it in my mouth, bro.
It's nuts.
Immediately.
It's also a cultural thing because they really care a lot about doing things not just the right way, but doing it the right way to the nth degree. I mean, they want to do everything perfect from a cultural perspective, which I adore. But on top of that, I mean, anything they get their hands on, they somehow make the best version of it. If they get their hands on pizza, it's game over. If they get their hands on hamburgers, it's game over. I just love how detail-oriented a lot of the restaurateurs there are, and also Japanese food is awesome.
Yeah, man. I think, dude, my wife and I, Jess, we plan on going there very soon, and I think I'm just gonna fast for like a month straight, and then go there and just eat until I bleed.
When you get there, you're like unable to walk, and you're like, it doesn't matter.
Here we got did my little creeping, did my little research, man. I am married to my beautiful wife, Jessica. I heard that you just got married as well.
I did.
So first, congratulations. It was in May to Kate, correct?
Yes.
Dude, explain to me your guys' work life, I guess, balance / relationship, because and tell me a little bit more about that, man.
My wife, Kate, we've been together for a while prior to getting married. We were together for almost 7 years before we got married. We just took it slow. And it's funny because we got together pretty young, 19 or 19, 20. Not in the 1920s. We were 19.
Right.
Let me clarify that. I am not.
My man's freaking time traveler, dude. All right.
Dude, I'm fucking rich. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, so we've been together for a long time. She's seen so much of my life. So I just feel like we work really well together. We've kind of gone through so much of, I feel like, the tough stuff that people tend to go through later in marriage. She just passed the bar, so she's officially a lawyer. She's killing it. Super smart, way smarter than I am, just to clarify. And
you said she's a lawyer?
Yeah. She's officially an attorney as of a few days ago. She literally just passed the bar.
Wow, dude. Give her my congratulations. Dude, congratulations. That's incredible, dude.
She'll be stoked to hear it. She is she's very smart. I know everything. I know a lot about food. I spent my whole life around food, and everything outside of that has suffered because of it. So she makes me look like an idiot on a daily basis. And honestly, it makes me better. But
yeah. But you cook your great meals, so
Yeah, exactly.
It balances out.
Anyway, so yeah, we have a good balance. I feel like it's taken us a long time to get there, but we're both busy people. So it's a good dynamic. If I'm out of the studio until 6 or 7 or 8 p.m., it's like, it's all good because she's, just now wrapping up her contracts or whatever she's working on as an attorney. We're both very in our building phase as a couple, and we just got married. So we feel great, man. We've got great communication. I feel great about it. I'd love to hear how you guys have evolved. I mean, I'm sure both of you guys being so busy is it's always a challenge, right? But I think if you have the right partner, everyone's open and everyone's game for whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it, man. You hit the nail on the head. You guys said that you have great communication, and that's literally all any relationship needs at a high level to function. It doesn't matter how much busier one person is than the other, or if both live an incredibly busy lives. Like at the end of the day, if you guys both have the same goals of, first off, just achieving and pursuing your dreams, and you're doing it together, you're communicating and making sure that you're still getting that attention that you might need, or validation, or support, whatever it may be at the time, then you're just going to be set, man. And I love that you guys took your time before jumping into marriage. I honestly think that's super important, man. Like, I feel like people have this stigma or this like idea in their head where if you don't get married within like 1 or 2 years, or even 6 months, 3 years, whatever, you're dragging your feet and things like that. I think that I do believe in like the right time, just feeling comfortable and being ready. Like, and at the end of the day, like marriage isn't, it's important to wait past the honeymoon phase. I'll say that, dude. Yeah. Like, you're going to be with this person for the rest of your lives, and you want to make sure, and I'll put this blunt, like, very blatant. You want to make sure that you can literally stand them and love who they become and who they are once the endorphins and all of the I don't know. I don't think the endorphins is the right word, but the pheromones or something. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, though.
Parts. It's funny when you like mentioned the whole stigma behind like people thinking that you get married at a certain period of time when you're dating someone. And I don't know. I feel I have like an inverse opinion about thinking that not waiting is the move. I feel like if you really like someone, and granted, this is not to knock anyone who made a different decision, by the way. Like, you can also
everyone's different for sure.
It's totally chill. Like, you can also know that someone is your person early on and call it. And maybe you're right. Dope. That's awesome. Like, that's great that if someone has that. I don't personally have that capability. I like to suss things out a little bit with everything in my life. I like to take my time with things and like really understand things. And for me, it was like, I really like this person, and therefore I want to take the time, because I want to make sure that we have all of our bases covered so that when we do get married, we're more than equipped by the time we get into this stuff. And I know that's an against the grain thought, and I know a lot of people will disagree with it, but you know what? When the divorce rate is, as high as it is, and people still hold the same logic, I think we need to maybe, think a little differently.
Yeah. Definition of insanity, Josh, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Right. I mean, like I'll be like, super candid and open and honest. Like, so like it's hard. It's like marriage is hard. Relationships are hard. And, I give this piece of advice a lot. And this, if you don't, a marriage isn't going to save your relationship. There's some people that are like, they're in a relationship, they're dating boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And they think that popping the question and tying a ring around it or not around it is going to, change anything. And like, the best piece of advice I can give to people in that aspect is like the person that you're dating is going to be the same person that you marry. They're not going to change. Nothing's going to change. If anything, it's going to get more difficult. It's not sexy, and it's not like, it's not passionate, and like not always, sorry. Like it can be, it's in a very dull way of putting it. It is kind of like this business transaction in some senses, right? There's so many different reasons to get married. Everyone thinks it can be always out of love, but like, I mean, it can be first of all, it can be any reason that you want. You're going to be spending the rest of your life with this person, right? This person needs to be your best friend. Attraction, not necessarily attraction, but looks are going to fade. Like, right. So it's important to love this person and be with this person like at all times, at any, whatever, through sickness and in health. There's no, you shouldn't be able to get out. Unless obviously there's things going wrong. We don't have to dive into the negativity behind it all, but
totally. I mean,
just take your time, make sure it's right. Dude. Yeah,
I think a positive take on what you're saying, because I hear what you're saying. I think it really comes down to this, which is like, it should be a partnership, and that's all it is. Like, it should be a partnership between two people. It's not just like, oh, we love each other so much and we're going to feel goo goo gaga forever. It's that, no, the mentality should be like, it's us versus the world, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, dude. You're gassing me up. You're getting me gassed up right now, bro. I'm ready to fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks that they're getting together with this person to solve their problems. It's like, no, We're all fucked up. It's fine. It's literally fine. If there's somebody that you like enough to work on your individual selves together as partners and make each other better and, work through not just your own problems, but like, again, that I think once you get into that mind state of like us versus the world, it really is only up from there. That's so many good things come from that.
I agree. I agree. I think, yeah. Being selfish in a marriage or in any relationship is just a one-way ticket to devastation, in my opinion. So
agree.
At Capella University, you'll get support from people who care about your success. From before you enroll to after you graduate, pursue your goals knowing help is available when you need it. Imagine your future differently at capella.edu.
Planning an international trip and want to learn the language of your destination? Then check out the language learning program Rosetta Stone on desktop or as an app. Rosetta Stone is designed to immerse you in the language you're learning. Plus, the True Accent feature even gives you feedback on your pronunciation. Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. For a very limited time, listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 50% off. That's 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com today.
AFK with Ninja.
Dude, I want to get off the serious stuff for a second, which, by the way, I absolutely loved every second of it. And because I'm actually incredibly curious, dude. Your new book, Texture Over Taste. We already we touched on it very briefly. Dude, talk to me about it, because I am a huge texture person.
I love it. I mean, I love that you said that.
Yes.
I think people underestimate and don't think about texture as much as it is important to them, if that makes sense. Like, they're not aware how much they love it, even though it's the reason that we love, 90% of the foods that we eat. I think that people misunderstand. Every book that's been written in the last, let's say 100 years, I would say just about all of them have been dedicated to one thing, which is flavor. And when I was sitting down to write this book, I was like, I wanted to make a subject-based book, that was about a topic in food. And I kept going to flavor, but I was like, I really don't want this to be like every other damn flavor book. Like, holy shit. And I realized, wait a minute, no one's talked about texture. And texture is a big thing for me. It's how I develop all my recipes. I always start with that. Right. It's so important. And so what I realized was, well, wait a minute, flavor is honestly easy, right? You can, even if you don't have skill, you can make flavor easy. Go buy a seasoning salt that has some MSG in it, or go put ramen packet all over your popcorn. It's going to taste good. You don't have to try to make that taste good. But the big differentiator, to make your potato chips crunchy, you got to know what you're doing. To make your caramel corn nice and crunchy, you got to know what you're doing. To make your chicken nice and moist, yeah, I use the word moist. It's fine. You gotta know what you're doing, dude. And it's those things that differentiate a shitty eating experience to a world-class eating experience. And the book is not really about like, hey guys, learn about texture and make these recipes, and now you're going to be great. It's also for people who just like to eat. Like, if you read this book and never cook a damn thing from it, I think one thing you'll walk away learning is you'll have a newfound appreciation that will quite literally increase your ability to enjoy eating out, which I think, happier life, right? Like, every bite of food, you're thinking about, oh man, I never noticed this before. The crunch and it's a little sweet and the creaminess. Have that ratatouille moment, baby.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, so I was in fun story about, again, I'm a foodie, dude. I love good food. And I would eat literally, besides like, testicles and stuff like that, like, get that out of my face. You know what I mean? I had to just be like blatant about it. Like, I'm not going to go to some place and be like, you have to try these bull testicles. Like, not like that, bro. But like, give me like any other like legitimate culinary experience. And I'll try all different types. But I had a experience where I said something when I was in Europe. I was in London with two of my mates, and we were just like at this restaurant. We were at like a nice steak restaurant. Couldn't tell you when. It was years ago, but I distinctly remember them making fun of a line that I had. And I was in the middle. We're just in the middle of the meal. We're chatting. We're chilling. And out of nowhere, they're just like, mate, Tola, how's I forget if they're freaking Australian or English. I'm messing up my accents, but like basically they're like, how's the food, right? Like how's your meal? And I was like, oh, dude, I just had my best bite.
Oh shit!
I said like I just had and they were like, your best bite? Like what the fuck does your best bite mean? And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like,
what do you mean, you dickhead?
Yeah, what do you mean you fucking best bite? I'm like, dude, I don't know how else to fucking explain it. I don't know why you guys are ragging on me for this comment, but like out of every single bite that I had, like this one was the best. It was like just a like crunchy, like crispest. You know what I mean? I don't even remember what I was eating.
I'm stoked about that.
I love it.
Not enough people think that way, dude. I'm like in love with what you're saying right now. That a lot of chefs, I think, when they are sitting down to make, and I'm really speaking in the context of fine dining, but I mean, it applies to everything. But a lot of chefs, I think, when they sit down to create a dish or some sort of a bite, it always comes down, to me at least, it always comes down to the perfect bite. How do I make a plate in a way that if you gather all the components into one bite, this is the perfect bite. And the dish is nothing but that moment over and over and over.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. And like recently, I've tried to, so how I used to eat my food, bro, especially when I had like a plate where there's everything complements one another on the plate, I didn't care. I would literally, and it was just the way I was raised. I would eat like broccoli first, like all of the broccoli first, and then all the mashed potatoes, and then I would eat like my meal, like the chicken or the steak or whatever it was. And that was how I ate for like 20 years, dude. Not joking, bro. One at a time. It was so bad. And then once I started going to like better restaurants and things like that, and when you just order like a steak and or whatever it may be, like there's just multiple components already in like on the dish. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna cut a little bit of this off, and I'm gonna mix it with this little bit. You know,
dude,
and
that's it. That's, you've got it.
Yeah,
you don't even need this book, dude.
I need the book, dude. I need you to understand. I need the book. I'm gonna get it. I'm actually gonna get it for. I gotta talk. She just came home, but I'm probably gonna hang on a second. Jess. All right, cool. She's taking the dogs out. I'm probably gonna get this as a gift for Jess. Honestly, I have to. Where can I buy it? Amazon?
No, I'll send you some special stuff. We got a bunch of cool shit I can send you guys to.
All right, mate. Yeah.
Yes, I've got you, mate. No worries.
Come on, man. That's what I'm fucking talking about, Joshua.
It's funny that you said that though, because I think like that's also how my mom and I eat. We like kind of like break down what we have in front of us, and we'll be like, yeah, I'll take a little bit of the Asian pear. Maybe I'll mix that with a little bit of a bite of steak, won't I? And
just give it a little flavor, you know?
Yeah, a little kiss, a little kiss of the sauce.
Oh, dude,
It changes. It really changed. But the fun thing is like you could have a plate in front of you with maybe 3 or 4 things on it, but like how many options are on that plate and how you approach it? Like 100? Depending on how you eat it, you basically have a forever changing eating experience. Like, yes.
I'm sure this has been done before, and I'm sure that maybe you even had this idea. But I think that creating a dish, like the whole purpose of the dish, like let's say the body of the dish is large enough, or there's enough of it to enjoy like 10 to X amount of different bites. And there's something to pair with each. So like, let's just say a steak. Keep it super simple. I feel like it's always something that you can always compare it to. You just take a steak and you have 10 different, like, let's just say sauces or salts or whatever. And it's like, and you slice it up perfectly so that each bite is designed and to when you dip it or you put whatever topping on it is going to completely change like how you enjoy that experience or like whatever your experience is per bite. I think like that would be a really cool culinary experience. You know what I mean? I've never been to a restaurant where that's happened. Sometimes you'll go to a steak restaurant and they'll give you like 3 salts.
Damn,
but to me, that's
idea.
To me, that's not an experience. It's like you usually just pick which salt's better, and then you just kind of eat you eat your steak. But and like that could be your entree can be that, your appetizer could be that, dessert could be like here's a vanilla ice cream, homemade. And I'm keeping this just super simple for people to understand. But now here's 10 different toppings or sauces that we've personally made and curated to make each bite a different journey.
I love that. I think that's super smart. That would kill.
I mean, I'm picturing it right now, dude. And today we have a scoop of vanilla ice cream with 10 different toppings and sauces. Please enjoy them at your, leisure, and I'll be back to, about, I don't know.
I like that a lot, dude. I want you to, damn, when we open this restaurant, I need you to be like a maitre d' for like 2 hours.
Get me in there, dude. Get me in there. I'm an idea guy. They might not always stick to the wall, dude, but I throw a lot at the wall. You know what I mean? All right, bro. Last 2 questions, man. If you had, these are our favorite questions. We ask these to all of our guests. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. If you had to delete all but 3 applications from your phone, which ones would you keep? They have to be downloaded from the App Store.
Oh, interesting. Well, okay, YouTube and Instagram.
Okay.
Oh,
the rest of your life, dude. These are the only 3 apps you have. YouTube, Instagram. Man. You could backtrack.
Okay, Instagram, YouTube, and I guess it's so hard. There's so many on here. Okay, there are things that I can live without.
Can't live without it, dude. What is it?
I'm like literally looking through my phone right now.
Yeah, I know, dude. 100%. What's your most used?
No, I don't ever. I just realized how many apps I don't use. What the hell?
Yeah, there you go, too, bro. I go through a little cleanse every once in a while. It's nice.
I
a little voice
I'm
crack.
in between. I have this really weird in between. I'm in between OpenTable and TikTok.
Okay, I feel like if you have Instagram, you kind of have that TikTok content.
TikTok, so I'll eliminate TikTok. You're helping me here. Okay.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say OpenTable. I know that sounds so like a weird choice, but man, OpenTable has saved my life so many times.
Okay, there you go, man. And then last but not least, Josh, man, define AFK. This podcast is called AFK with Ninja. It stands for Away from Keyboard. But, more philosophically, dude, what do you do when you're AFK, bro? Define AFK in your own words.
Oh, interesting. It's funny because once you fully commit to doing like the thing that you really love and you win at doing that and you're now able to do that full time, whatever it is, you reach this point where you're like, man, I love this. I don't want to stop doing this. And then you're also like, but how do I recover from this? Because it's something that I love and I already wanted to do. Do I need to recover from this? And I have yet to run into an issue with that. So when I'm not working on what I'm doing or cooking, like I'm probably eating. I'm like doing the other side of it. I'm doing it with friends. I'm doing it with family. I love cooking so much that a lot of the time I find myself going back to it even when I probably shouldn't be.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, there's just so much love in it, dude. And kind of what you just said, right? Like it brings people together. It nourishes people. There's so much to it. It's so complex. So I think that I definitely get it, man. I think that it can be one of the things, and it definitely is for you, where sometimes you don't get sick of it, dude. And that's awesome, man. I think you're in the right line of work, obviously. Dude, Josh, thanks for coming on, bro. I appreciate your time. Appreciated this interaction we had. And I'm gonna need the book. I'm gonna need the texture over taste, please. And
I got you.
You owe me and my wife an amazing meal.
Done. All of that is done and locked away. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Again, been a big fan for a while. It's cool to see you be so chill. And truly, anytime, dude. I'll make you something badass.
Dude, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. And there you have it, folks. We've reached the end of another epic AFK with Ninja episode. If you've enjoyed the journey thus far, please consider leaving a rating, review, and hitting that follow button. We have a ton of incredible guests coming your way, and I want you to be the first to know when a new episode drops. Until next time, catch you soon.
It's AFK with Ninja. Ninja's got a show. It's AFK with Ninja, the best podcast in the world. AFK.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to help you unlock your true potential. With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath learning format, you gain relevant skills you can apply to your career right away. Earn your degree from an accredited university and be confident in the quality of your education. Imagine your future differently at capella.edu. Capella University is accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. Learn more at capella.edu/accreditation.